Now it's my honor to introduce our panel of showrunners today. First we have Jane Espenson. She's the writer and consulting producer for Once Upon a Time and co-creator and co-showrunner of Husbands. We have Hart Hanson, who's the creator and showrunner of Bones. And Bill Prady, who's the co-creator and executive producer of The Big Bang Theory. Thank you guys so much for being with us.
Thank you.
So the term showrunner is relatively a new one for the public, as the job has become more high profile. But what does being a showrunner really mean to you?
Go ahead, Bill. You're right there.
Oh, all right.
And you're dressed very well.
Thank you. I'm wearing Superman. Well, I think showrunner became first. It was shorthand to explain which executive producer you meant, because it's strange. Executive producer in television is very high rank. In film, it's a very low rank. In film, it's almost always an honorary credit, but in television, it's the credit that it's a high ranking. And this could be a high-ranking writer, it could be, it also could be an agent somehow that got associated with it. So that you had to, somebody had to say, well, who's the guy in charge? Who's running the show? And so then you wind up with showrunners. So it's in television, which is, I think, the only place in the world where the writer is the most important person. Yeah. It's certainly not in film and not at home in my house. So you're the last word on what goes into the script, but you're also the last word on set and costume and props and casting and hair and sometimes scheduling and a ridiculous array of, it's like having your, I don't know if this is in film, but I usually describe it as it's having your regular job as a writer, but you also own 3 7-Elevens.
Yeah, and it's a job that you get into by being a good writer, but that a smaller and smaller proportion of your job is actually spent doing the writing. So I actually think, like, my definition of a showrunner is it's that job that I never actually did. Like, I've only been the name showrunner of a show once, which was Caprica, and I actually ended up stepping away from the job because it wasn't letting me do what I loved, and it was making me do a bunch of stuff I wasn't the best person in the room at that stuff. And then on Husbands, Brad Bell's the showrunner, so it's not actually a job that I feel like, it's not a word that I feel goes next to my name, but it's the job that I have the most respect for because it's the hardest. Yeah.
Smart people often won't do the job twice.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. They simply won't do it again. And I even know a couple of people who have show-run pilots who have said, I'm not, this is not my thing. Second in command is the best. Second in command is the best job.
Absolutely.
Well, second in command is the one where you get to sit there and say, to the showrunner, you got to do this. Oh, don't put up with that.
Yeah.
Call the network. Oh, you give them a piece of your mind.
Talk to you Monday.
Yeah. I gotta go.